Good afternoon to all of you. Today we are going to see our subject's name is Mechanical Engineering Materials. Now our unit number 1 is Basics of Engineering Materials. In that we are going to see introduction about different engineering materials, their classifications and the concept of the crystal structure and their types. Okay. So, engineering materials is the branch of engineering metallurgy which consists of classification, then properties and applications of materials that are used in industries. So, as an engineer point of view, you should know the different engineering materials, their properties and applications, because if in future if you are going to work in industry, so at that time you should know the different properties of the material. So, according to that properties you are going to select suitable material for that applications. So, right now we are going to see the classification of different engineering materials. Engineering materials are classified into 4 sub basic types. It includes metal, plastic, ceramics and composite materials. Okay. Now, metals are again classified into 2 types, ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. Okay. So, ferrous metals are those metals in which there is a iron is consist as a basic elements or major constituents. Okay. So, example of the ferrous metals are steel, stainless steel, then tool and die steels and cast iron. These are the example of ferrous metals. Now, if we are going to see non-ferrous metals, in that metals that materials contains generally other than iron as a basic, in that materials iron is not a basic elements or major constituents, they contain other materials. The example of the non-ferrous metals are aluminum, copper, zinc or all the pure metals whose valence electron is 1, 2, 3 are called as non-ferrous metals. Now, next one is plastic. Plastic are divided into 3 types: thermoplastics, then thermosetting plastics and elastomers. Now, thermoplastics are those plastics, they generally become soft when they are heated. Okay. And the examples of the thermoplastics are acrylics, ABS, then nylon, then polyvinyl chloride. These are the example of thermoplastics. Next one, thermosetting plastics. Okay. Thermosetting plastics are also become soft when they are heated, and also when they are heated there is a chemical reaction takes place and they become hard just because of that chemical reaction. That plastic is nothing but thermosetting plastics, and the examples of thermosetting plastics is epoxies, phenolics, polyamides. These are the example of thermosetting plastics. Next one is elastomers. Elastomers, generally this type of plastics should have very high elasticity, that is 5 to 10 times greater than these 2 plastics, and they should have low modulus of elasticity. Then next subtypes of the engineering materials is ceramics and other materials. Okay. Generally these materials are used for cutting tool applications because of they possess high hardness as compared to these other types of materials. Okay. Also, ceramics materials should have very low specific heat. So, according to this property they are going to use at high temperature applications. So, the example of the ceramics materials are carbides, nitrides, diamonds, graphites. All the hardest materials are categorized as a ceramics materials. Next one is composite materials. Now, what is the need of the composite materials? Because as an engineer you should want to combine the properties of different materials. Suppose if you are going to use plastics are light in weight, of course, but it cannot work at high temperature because it has very low melting point as compared to other materials. Similarly, if you are going to use metals, then metals should have high weight, okay, as compared to other materials. So they cannot be used for particular applications. Now, in order to combine the properties of both materials, there is a need of composite materials. So in that case, we use a composite materials. Generally, the examples are the composite materials are fiber reinforced plastics, then metal matrix, ceramics matrix, and laminates. These are the examples of composite materials. Okay. Now we are going to see the next term, that is crystal structure. Okay. Generally, crystal structure is an atomic arrangement in a 3 dimension. Okay. Generally, metals are made up of number of crystal structure, and crystal structure is made up of number of atoms. Okay. So they are arranged in a 3 dimensions and in a repetitive manner. Okay. So they should have close bonding to each other because the properties of the materials depend upon interatomic bonds between atoms. Okay. Now the types of the crystal structure are, there are 3 basic types again. One is body center cubic, that is BCC unit cell. Then next one is FCC, that is face centered cubic, and last one is hexagonal structure are there. So these are the 3 basic types. Okay. Now we are going to see them one by one. Okay. First one is BCC unit cell. Okay. These are the general cube shape. Okay. At each corner, okay, there are one atom is placed. Generally, a cube has total 8 corners are there. So at each corner there are 1 atoms. So total number of corner atoms are 8, and along with it there is a 1 atom placed at its center. Okay. So this is a basics of BCC unit cell. Now if you want to complete or calculate number of unit cell, number of atoms per unit cell, then we can calculate by using formula capital N equal to n suffix c plus n suffix I divided by 8 plus divided by 1. Okay. So where capital N is nothing but number of average atom per unit cell, then n suffix is c is nothing but number of corner atoms, and n suffix I is nothing but center or interior atom in that particular structure. So we have to just put the value of the atoms and get the answer. Okay. So number of corner atoms are 8 divided by 8 plus n suffix I is nothing but interior corner, that is 1 corner in BCC unit cell. So by calculating this, we got 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So number of atoms per unit of BCC structure is 2. Now next one is FCC unit cell, that is face centered cubic structure. Okay. FCC unit cell has similar arrangement as compared to BCC, only the difference is that along with its corner atoms, instead of centered atom, they have face atoms at each face, centered of each face. Okay. So there are total 6 face atoms because a cube has 6 face. So at center of at each face there is a 1 atoms. So if we want to calculate number of atoms per unit FCC cell, then there is again one more formula. Okay, we can calculate it by using formula, that is this is the formula to calculating number of atoms per unit FCC cell, where n suffix f is number of facial atoms. Okay, all remaining are same. Then we have to put the face atoms, number of face atoms, that is 6 divided by 2. So 1 plus 3 becomes total number of atom 4. Okay. So as compared to, if we observe BCC unit cell and FCC unit cell, generally FCC unit cell have 2 more atoms as compared to BCC unit cells. So FCC structure is more densely packed than BCC unit cells. Okay. And practical examples of the materials of the BCC unit cell are alpha iron, delta iron, then molybdenum, vanadium. These are the practical example of BCC unit cell. And example of FCC unit cell are gamma iron, then aluminium, copper. These are the example of FCC unit cell. Now we are going to see third type of crystal structure, that is HCP unit cell. The structure of the HCP unit cell is like this. It has 2 hexagons, regular hexagons, separated by one basal plane. Okay, and along with it there is a one triangular midway having 3 core atoms at each corner. Okay, this is basic structure of hexagonal close packed structure. Now there is center face atom, total 2 face. So at each face there is a one atom placed at its center. Okay. Now this is the total HCP structure. It contains against at each corner there is a one atoms, and at the face of each surface there is a one atoms placed at its center. Now if we are going to calculate number of atoms per HCP structure, then again one more change is here, that is okay, this is the formula to calculate number of atoms per unit HCP cells. By using this formula, we calculate the number of atoms per unit cells, where capital N is nothing but number of average atoms per unit cells, NC suffix C is nothing but corner atoms, then N suffix F is this facial atoms, and N suffix I is nothing but centered atoms. Generally, in HCP unit cells, there are 2 corners, 2 atoms, number of atoms are 2 per unit cells, because here all the corner atoms are get shared by another cubes, okay, another solids of another unit cells, and only the centered atom cannot be shared. If we consider 3 cells, then there should be 6 atoms per unit per that unit cells. Means if we consider 3 unit cells, then for per unit cell there are 2 atoms. Okay, so multiplied by 3 becomes 6 number of atoms are there. In next lecture, we are going to see types of microstructure and properties of the materials. The properties of material are, there are different properties. So thank you. Okay.